Have you ever wondered why some trains move so fast they look like flying bullets, while others move so slow you could walk beside them? It sounds strange, but the world of rail travel is full of surprises. Some trains break speed records at more than 300 miles per hour. Others crawl forward so slowly that people joke they might reach the next station tomorrow. But behind these huge differences lies an amazing story. It is a story about technology, history, and the crazy ways humans try to move faster, or sometimes stay very slow. Before we jump into the fastest and slowest trains on Earth, let me ask you something. What do you think makes a train fast? Is it the engine, the tracks, the shape, or something completely different? Many people think speed is simple, but train speed is a mix of engineering, safety, and human choices. And when you compare the world's fastest trains with the slowest ones, the contrast is almost shocking. You are about to see how two trains, both made of metal and wheels, can live in completely different worlds. Now, imagine this. You sit inside a super-fast train in Japan. The door closes. You feel a soft push. The city outside starts to move. Then it becomes a blur. Within seconds, you are traveling faster than an airplane during takeoff. You cannot hear the wheels. You almost cannot feel the motion. It is smooth, quiet, and unreal-like floating. But somewhere else, maybe in a small town far away, another train begins its trip. It shakes. It rattles. The engine groans. You can hear every single sound. You can see every tree, every house, every road. The train moves so slowly that people wave at passengers from the streets. Children run beside it for fun. It is the complete opposite experience. Why do these two kinds of trains exist at the same time in the same world? Why do some countries push for extreme speed while others stay slow? And how slow can a train truly get? Or how fast can one safely go? In TS video, we will explore all of that. But the way we explore it will be simple. We will break down the world of trains into clear parts. First, we will look at the fastest trains on Earth. You will discover what makes them so fast, why they were created, and how they feel from the inside. Then, we will travel to the world. Slowest train sim, so slow that people say riding them is like stepping back in time. And finally, we will compare them side by side. You will see numbers, differences, reasons, and stories that make this topic so fun. But before we go deeper, I want to give you a small challenge. Try to guess which train is the fastest in the world right now. And try to guess which train is the slowest. Maybe you think the fastest is in Japan, or maybe China, and you might think the slowest train is an old one in a small village somewhere. But some answers may surprise you when we get to the comparison section later. You will see if your guess was right. Here is something interesting. Trains have always been about more than travel. They show how countries think. When a nation builds a fast train, it sends a message. It says, we are moving forward. We are growing. We are modern. But slow trains send another message. They show peace, calm, travel, and a love for old traditions. So when we compare the fastest and slowest trains, we are also comparing the future versus the past. High-speed dreams versus slow, peaceful journeys. And that brings us to another fun idea. Speed affects stories. Imagine telling your friend, I rode a train at 375 miles per hour. That sounds insane. But imagine saying, my train was so slow that birds passed us. Both experiences feel extreme. Both make great stories, and both say something about how humans build machines. Now, here's the hook. The difference between the fastest and slowest train today is more than 350 miles per hour. Yes, you heard that right. The gap is huge. One feels like the future, one feels like the past. But both exist right now, at the same time, on the same planet. And when we put them side by side, you will see just how shocking the comparison really is. Because speed is not just a number. It changes everything: the work, the cost, the safety, the experience, and even the culture. As you watch, try to imagine yourself riding each type. Feel the rush of the fast train, then feel the slow, calm journey of the other. Think about which one you would choose. Some people love speed. Others love slow travel. After this video, you will know exactly what type of traveler you are. And here is your reward for watching until the end. When we finish the comparison, I will reveal one secret. It is the name of a train project under development right now that may break every record and completely change rail travel forever. You will be one of the first people to hear about it in a simple, clear way. But I will only share it at the end because it connects perfectly with everything you are about to learn. So stay with me to the last section, and you will hear something that feels like straight science fiction. But for now, let's begin our journey. We start with the champions of speed. Trains built like arrows. Trains powered by magnets or super electricity. Trains that race faster than cars, faster than planes during liftoff, and sometimes even faster than the wind. These are the trains that push the limits of engineering. And trust me, their stories will shock you. When we talk about the fastest trains in the world, we enter a world where speed feels unreal. These trains are not just machines. They are symbols of power, progress, and human imagination. They move so fast that they almost break the connection between distance and time. One city to another becomes minutes instead of hours. And every year, engineers push these limits a little more. In this section, you will discover the kings of speed. You will learn how they work, why they exist, and what makes them different from normal trains. Let us start with a train that often sits at the top of every high-speed list. The Shanghai Maglev in China. This train does not use wheels like normal trains. Instead, it uses magnets. Strong magnets lifted a few inches above the track. Because it floats, there is no friction with the track. No friction means no slowing down. And this helps the train reach a top speed of about 375 miles per hour. At that speed, a 30-mile trip takes only 8 minutes. When this train starts moving, it feels like a plane. You feel a gentle push, then a fast rise. And then the world outside becomes a blur. People who ride it for the first time often say the same thing. I did not even feel the speed. The smoothness is shocking. Now let's move to Japan, a country famous for speed and precision. Japan was the first country to build a true high-speed rail system back in the 1960s. Today, their fastest superstar is the Yellow Series. This train is also based on magnetic levitation, like the Shanghai Mag. But Japan pushed the technology even further. During tests, this train reached an unbelievable speed of 375 plus miles per hour, very close to the speed of a small airplane. What makes the Japanese maglev special is its safety and stability. Even at extreme speed, it does not shake. You can place a coin on its edge on the table, and it may not fall. Engineers work hard to make every part perfect. They test it in mountains, tunnels, and strong winds. And the goal is to open this train for the public soon, connecting Tokyo and Nagoya in record time. Next, let's travel to France, home of the famous TGV. Unlike the maglev, the TGV uses wheels and rails like a normal train. But the technology behind it is advanced. France has a long history of high-speed train design. In fact, the TGV once held the world record for the fastest wheeled train, reaching nearly 357 miles per hour in a special test run. Normal service speed is lower, but still very fast. One reason the TGV is so successful is the design of the tracks. French engineers built long, straight lines with gentle curves. This allows trains to stay fast without risk. People love the TGV because it is reliable, safe, and runs like clockwork. It proves that wheels can still compete with modern magnetic trains when designed correctly. Now let's talk about China's high-speed empire. China has built the largest high-speed rail network in the world. It covers thousands of miles and connects almost every major city. Their flagship train, often called the Fuxing, can reach speeds of 217 to 250 miles per hour in regular service. But in testing, it has gone even faster. What makes China's trains special is the network. Fast trains are only useful when they have long routes. China built huge tracks designed for speed. They built bridges, tunnels, and new stations. The scale is massive. For many people, taking the train in China is faster than taking a plane. You walk in, sit down. The train leaves, and within minutes, you are flying across the countryside at unbelievable speed. It changed travel for millions of people. Now let's go to Europe again. This time, Italy. Italy created a fast train called the Frecciarassa 1000, also known as the Red Arrow. It is one of the most stylish trains ever built. It reaches around 250 miles per hour. But what makes it interesting is that it can operate in many European countries because of its flexible technology. It handles different tracks, different power systems, and different rules. The idea is simple. One train, many countries. The Frecciarassa is also known for its quiet engines and smooth interior. Many travelers describe it as one of the most comfortable high-speed rides in Europe. Now, let's cross the world to South Korea. Their KTX trains are fast, modern, and efficient. The KTX-2 can reach speeds of around 205 miles per hour, and South Korea continues to design newer, faster models. The country's terrain has many mountains, so engineers cut tunnels and built bridges to maintain speed. South Korea's trains show how a small country with many hills can still build world-class high-speed rail. Even Spain deserves a place in this list. Spain's high-speed AVE trains connect cities that were once far apart. They reach speeds of 186 to 193 miles per hour. What makes Spain special is how fast travel changed tourism. People can visit one city in the morning and return the same day. It changed habits, businesses, and even lifestyles. People no longer worry about long travel hours. So what makes these fastest trains truly fast? There are a few key factors. First, aerodynamics, the shape of the train. The front is long and sharp, like a bird's beak. This cuts the air and reduces drag. Second, powerful motors. These motors are strong, but also efficient, using electricity to push the train forward without producing smoke. Third, special tracks. High-speed tracks are straight, smooth, and built with strong materials. They cannot have tight curves. They cannot have bumps. Fourth, safety systems. Computers check everything thousands of times per second. They watch the track, the brakes, the speed, and the weather. If something goes wrong, the train slows or stops automatically. Another important factor is weight. High-speed trains must be light, but they must also be strong enough to handle pressure and heat. Engineers use special metals, lightweight frames, and advanced materials. Everything must work together. Riding a high-speed train is a unique experience. At first, you feel a gentle push. Then the world starts to move faster. Soon, the landscape becomes lines of color. The train is quiet. You hear a soft hum. You may not even feel the speed. Inside, it feels like sitting in a modern airport lounge. Smooth seats, soft lights, calm people. It almost feels unreal that you are traveling faster than a sports car on a highway. These fast trains are more than machines. They are proof that humans always try to reach higher speeds. They show what we can create with science, teamwork, and imagination. And every country that builds one adds something new to the story of speed. While high-speed trains show the power of technology, the slowest trains tell a completely different story. These trains move at a pace that feels almost unreal today. Some are slower than a bicycle in the city. Some are older trains built decades ago. But slow trains are not useless. They carry people, goods, and history. They remind us of a simpler world, where travel was about the journey, not just the destination. Let us begin with one of the most famous slow trains in the world, the Darjeeling Himalayan Railway in India. This train is also called the toy train because of its small size. It moves at a maximum speed of about 12 miles per hour. Yes, that is slower than a running man, but it climbs mountains, crosses rivers, and twists around tiny villages. Its tracks are narrow, and the train's engine is small. Passengers ride it not to reach a city quickly, but to enjoy the view. People travel from far away just to experience this slow journey. The train passes tea gardens, forests, and small bridges. The slow speed allows people to take photos, wave at children, and feel connected to the world around them. Now, let's visit the White Pass and Yukon route in Alaska and Canada. This train is famous for its history. It was built during the gold rush more than 100 years ago. Today, it moves slowly, about 20 miles per hour, climbing steep mountains and crossing old wooden bridges. It is not fast because safety is more important. The tracks are old, and the train carries tourists who want a historic experience. People ride it to see snow-capped peaks, deep valleys, and icy rivers. The slow speed makes every view unforgettable. Some passengers even say it feels like stepping back in time. Next, we have the Puffing Billy in Australia. This is a steam train that moves at around 15 to 20 miles per hour. It was first built in 1900 and now carries tourists through the Dandenong Ranges. Puffing Billy is famous for its steam engine, which puffs smoke with every movement. The slow speed is part of the charm. Children wave as it passes. Photographers love it because the slow pace gives perfect shots. It is not about reaching a destination quickly. It is about enjoying the ride, the smells of the forest, and the sound of the whistle. Even Europe has its share of slow trains. The Bernina Express in Switzerland moves slowly in many parts of its journey. It passes glaciers, mountains, and deep valleys. Some sections allow it to go only 40 miles per hour, sometimes less. But this is because the train climbs high mountains and crosses tight curves. Safety comes first. Passengers enjoy the panorama. Many describe it as a moving window through paradise. The slow speed makes every mountain, lake, and village feel closer. In Japan, not all trains are fast. Some rail lines operate at extremely low speeds to serve small towns. The Ogawa Railway, for example, has steam engines that crawl at 15 to 25 miles per hour. These trains are used mainly by tourists. They offer a nostalgic experience. People can see cherry blossoms, rivers, and mountains at a calm pace. They hear the sound of the engine, smell the smoke, and enjoy the rhythm of the wheels. So, why do slow trains exist? The reasons are simple, but important. First, safety. Some tracks are old, dangerous, or pass through mountains. Speed would be risky. Second, tourism. People pay to enjoy the view, not just to reach a city. Third, heritage. Many slow trains are historical. They preserve old technology, old engines, and old ways of travel. Fourth, geography. Mountains, rivers, and forests make it impossible to build straight tracks. Trains must move slowly to climb safely or avoid damage. Another interesting point is experience. Fast trains are about speed, efficiency, and technology. Slow trains are about feelings, memories, and connections. When riding a slow train, you notice small things. A bird flying beside you, children waving, old villages, and changing seasons. You feel part of the journey. You can take photos, walk in the compartments, and talk with fellow passengers. Slow trains give a human scale to travel. They make people slow down and appreciate the world. Some slow trains also carry goods. In rural areas, trains move slowly because they haul heavy cargo. Freight trains in remote regions may travel at 5 to 15 miles per hour. They are strong, but not fast. They connect villages, carry food, coal, or timber. Without them, many communities would struggle. People depend on slow trains, even in modern times. And yet, slow trains are sometimes under threat. Governments focused on high-speed rail because it brings economic growth. Many old lines risk closure, but enthusiasts, tourists, and preservation societies fight to keep them alive. They believe slow trains are cultural treasures. They show history, engineering, and life from decades ago. Now, imagine comparing the slowest and fastest trains. One moves at 375 miles per hour. The other moves at 12 miles per hour. That is more than 30 times faster. It is like comparing a cheetah with a tortoise, yet both exist today. Both serve purposes. Both have stories to tell. One is about breaking records. The other is about keeping history alive. One is about technology. The other is about memory. Riding a slow train can be magical. You hear the engines puff. You see smoke rising slowly. You feel the old wooden seats. You see landscapes that are impossible to notice from a fast train. You see rivers, mountains, and towns slowly passing by. It is calm. It is peaceful, and it reminds people of a world that is almost lost. Slow trains also teach patience. In a fast world, we forget how to wait, watch, and enjoy. Slow trains make people sit back, relax, and observe. They remind us that travel is not just about reaching the next station. It is about the journey itself. Finally, slow trains show creativity. Engineers had to design engines and tracks that work in difficult terrain. Mountains, rivers, and forests forced unique solutions. Tight curves, narrow tracks, and small engines became inventions that survive to this day. Every slow train is a story of human problem-solving. Every puff, every whistle, every slow mile is part of history. So far, we have seen both extremes. The fastest trains push technology to limits most people cannot imagine. They move like bullets, almost silent, almost weightless. The slowest trains show history, culture, and beauty. They crawl, they puff, they shake, but they give experiences no fast train can ever give.